Today we're going to talk a little bit about our drainage process and some of the things that make us unique at Rebuild the Block. Not only do we want to be a design forward company, we also want to be building a superior product that enters the marketplace, whether that be on spec or whether that be on custom. And so we're always talking about details, and one of the big details that we have to deal with due to the City of Phoenix requirements is drainage. We're always going to have a drainage requirement, whether that be pre versus post, which we can go over in another video, or the highest retention level required, which would be 100-year, 2-hour flood retention basins. Ultimately, what we want to do is we want to make sure that that water isn't just staying around the house, but it's actually flowing in the direction that it needs to go, which usually is towards a basin. And so in this particular property, what we're sitting here at Turney, I want to go over that process. Ultimately, in the front of the lot, we're about a foot taller than we are in the alley, which is going to be our extreme outfall. And on this lot, as mentioned, it's a 6,000 square foot lot. We have tight tolerances to deal with. We have a 3 and a 10-foot setback. So on this side, we'll have a 10-foot setback, and on the far side, we'll have a 3-foot setback. And most of that water is going to be shedding off into those setbacks. And so what we want to do is ahead of time, we want to go ahead and we want to dig our trench from front yard to backyard, about 18 inches down, install a perforated pipe. And what that's going to do is it's going to help collect any of that water that's shedding off the roof of the house and onto that side setback to be able to make it to its various basins. It also allows the ground to dry out properly so that you don't have moisture content constantly sitting next to the house. Now, a lot of people might think that's funny. We live here in Arizona, but let me tell you, we have a massive amount of rain during the months of July through October. And so this is gonna really help to be able to help this house stand the test of time. As mentioned in previous episodes, on Turney we have a fair amount of rooftop terraces, and that's gonna be from the primary suite as well as the upper family room. And they're gonna be these outdoor terraces. They're gonna collect a fair amount of water. And so there's a few ways to be able to obviously remove water from an open terrace. And the first is gonna be the standard scupper. It's gonna usually be a 6x6 or an 8x8 piece of sheet metal box that's coming out of the stucco. It's kind of unsightly, not probably the best way to be able to get the water to reside on the property and get to its required basins. And then the second thing is, with the massive amount of the water we have and with tight setbacks, you might be shooting that water directly off of the roof and into your neighbor's yard. And so one of the things that we talked about with our architect is to go with more of a commercial application with roof drains integrated into this specific property and other properties that we have, and then bringing that through ABS drain to a commercial scupper that comes out the bottom. So it allows all that water to exit the property, land where it's supposed to on the side yard setback, and then percolate down into our perforated drain pipe that will allow it to either make it to the front basin or exit the property at the extreme outfall without impacting any of the neighboring properties.